What's up, everybody? Episode 1 of the Coach Kirb Sports Report, and I'm coming right out of the gate with this. If you saw my reel from last night, you already know. The player, if you're an OU fan, you know who I'm talking about. Owen Heineke, trying to get a 4th year of playing football. That's all the kid wanted. He played 15 minutes of lacrosse at Ohio State his freshman year. And now the NCAA tried to say that, nope, you're done. You can't get that senior. You can't get that 4th year of football. Had to take him to court. He did it. They went to court last Thursday and he won. But what is going on with the NCAA? What is up with their eligibility rules? Can someone explain that to me? Don't understand it. It's crazy. It's chaos. You have guys, there's a linebacker at Miami. He's about to get his 8th year of eligibility at Miami. That is crazy. Somebody explain it to me. I don't understand it. All the stuff that NCAA has going on with the NIL, transfer portal, it's a free-for-all right now. Somebody better reel it in. Hopefully somebody will. I'll touch on that at the end. But episode 1 of the Coach Kirb Sports Report. Thank you for joining. I'm excited to do this, something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm a huge OU fan. I'm a college sports fan in general, but a big OU fan, especially football. I coached for 31 years, retired 3 years ago. Missed the coaching aspect of it, missed the connection with the kids, missed the connection with my other coaches. But hey, I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing now. It freed up some time, spend more time with the family, watch college football, go watch different high school football games, which I do, and always wanted to do a podcast. Wanted to do it for a long time and support a family and friends. They encouraged me to do it, and I decided to take this leap, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Again, this show is gonna be heavy OU lean, gonna talk college sports. Got some other stuff going on later about some pro sports, and I'll talk more about that at the end of this episode. This one's gonna be kind of quick tonight for a first episode. Got some stuff to get into. The OU spring game, I was at that on Saturday. I'll talk about that here shortly. Saw some good things. We'll talk a little softball, baseball towards the end of the episode, as well as another national championship for an OU team. First of all, let's get into the spring game. Went and watched that on Saturday. Very excited about the OU running game. Saw some good things. If you're an OU fan, you know the last couple of years offensively has been a struggle, especially in the running game. The running backs that played this week, Des Walker, Lloyd Avant, Jonathan Hatton, they ran the ball hard. They ran it hard. They ran it physical, got downhill, ran some outside zone stuff. Was good to see. Torrey Blaylock, Xavier Robinson did not play this weekend or Saturday. They got a couple of injuries. So there's 5 guys in that running back room that can all play. So, and I would think that they all are going to play. Good problem to have. It's a really good problem to have when you have that much talent. What else I saw this week? Offensive line. Offensive line looked really good. Came off the ball. We're moving people. We're moving the line of scrimmage. Now, that was expected. They were going against the backups. The red team won 31-3. The red team was made up of first-team guys, so they did what they should do. But there were times last year that did not happen, especially up front. But this offensive line, they stay healthy. They go about 8 deep, and they have a chance to be really good. Hopefully the injury bug doesn't hit like it has some the last year or two. But very excited about that. Again, they came off the ball. This group can be good. They can be really good. Another reason the running game picked up, everybody knows the situation with the OU tight ends the last couple of years. 3 tight ends now, they can all play. Beers, Hansen, Van Dorsler, they all played well Saturday. Rocky Beers caught a couple of really nice passes, blocked well. Same thing with Hayden Hansen. Van Dorsler picked it up. These guys can play. They can block. They combined total 7 catches, 99 yards, and like I said, all 3 can block better than anything we've seen out of tight ends the last 2 years. No offense to Jared Kanek, but he was a converted linebacker, and he was our best tight end last year. How crazy is that? Wide receiver group, talented group. Isaiah Satania, 76-yard touchdown pass reception, even though it was brought back to the 25 because they said he stepped out of bounds, which I don't believe he did. But that group is loaded. They're all solid. They're all solid. Then you have the quarterback, number 10, John Mateer. Solid job by him. He looked comfortable. Didn't have to do much. Probably didn't know how to act when he would drop back for pass and he had time. He had a pocket. Numbers, I believe, 12 out of 19 for 190 yards, I think he was, threw a couple of touchdowns. We ran the ball a lot. They've committed to the running game, and I can't stress that enough. I know I talked about that earlier, but excited about the running game. Very excited about that. Like I said, I coached for 31 years. I coached offensive line. I love to be able to run the football, and I think the Sooners are going to be able to run it this year. So excited about that in the fall. Defensively, come on, they're going to be good. They're going to be good. Defensive line was solid. Again, they did what they should do against the white team. For your first team guys were on the red team. Danny Okoye is a beast at defensive end. He's a beast at defensive end. Made plays, came off the ball. He's almost unblockable. Taylor Wine was all over the field. Made a lot of plays. Linebackers look solid. Getting Owen Heineke back is going to be huge for that linebacker core. But him in there with Kip Lewis, Cole Sullivan, the transfer from Missouri. This dude is big. Didn't know he was that big, and he played very well. Secondary really good. Both Bowens, Peyton and Eli had interceptions. Although Peyton's, they said he didn't catch it in the end zone, but he did. They showed it on the replay on the video board. He caught it. I don't know why that was ruled incomplete. But come on, it's a Brent Venables defense. They're going to be every bit as good as they were last year. Obviously, they got to stay healthy. Hopefully they do. So that's the big takeaway defensively. That's not breaking news. They're going to be good. Kicking game, obviously we got Tate Sandell coming back, the Lou Groza Award winner last year. He kicked perfect on his extra points, put kickoffs in the end zone. There's a couple of freshman kickers that look good. One of them attempted a 58-yarder at the end of the spring game, into a north wind, and if it's from 55, he probably makes it, but it was a little bit short. So overall, this team's going to be good. Some work to do still offensively. I believe they'll get the work done. Ben Arbuckle has some run game schemes that, frankly, I don't think he could run last year because of, the tight end situation. They were having to run inside a lot, and they just couldn't do it. It's a nice problem to have this year, and it's also going to take a lot of pressure off QB1. And make no mistake, John Mateer is the leader of this football team. You can just tell the way he carries himself. Listen to some other podcasts, guys who are way more connected than me. He is no doubt the leader of this football team. So it's exciting. It's exciting. And if you're a Sooner fan, which I know most of you are, that I'm connected with, you need to be excited about this football team coming up in the fall. So, moving on to baseball. Also took in a baseball game Saturday. First time I had been to what used to be called L. Dale Mitchell Park in probably at least 30 years. So it was kind of cool to get to go. It's now called Kimry Family Stadium. Place looks great. Atmosphere was great. Oh, on the spring game, the crowd was great. I believe there was 31,000 people there. If you were going to see it, you had to be there. No TV. I'll hit on that a little bit later, but no TV, was on radio. So it was a great crowd there, great atmosphere. Anyway, the baseball game, really cool, really cool venue. They really fixed that park up nice, especially since the last time I was there over 30 years ago. All turf was really nice. And the baseball team got a sweep of Missouri. Needed a sweep, got it. They took care of business, did what they should have done. Great pitching, got some timely hitting. Dayton LaChance has broken out a little bit. He's hitting some home runs, and it took him a long time to get that first one, but once he got the first one, he's hit, I think, 3 more since then. Got his first 2 in Vandy last week. I'm a big Skip Johnson fan, and you could just tell these guys like playing for Skip. Does a great job with the pitching staff, and they've gotten better. And we saw the day I was there, Cam Johnson pitched 5 shutout innings, pitched great. I know Sunday, Cord Rager pitched, also pitched 5 innings coming off an injury. 5, gave up 1 hit, no runs in those 5 innings. So, it was a real solid weekend. Softball took 2 out of 3 from Arkansas. They struggled Saturday, got behind the first 2 games, each Friday and Saturday. Got down 4-0 on Monday, came back to tie it, got behind, came back, ended up winning 8-7, I believe it was, on Friday. Saturday, just could not hit the ball, couldn't get timely hits, get people on base. Got someone doubled off second base. Really struggled offensively. And then came back and got the run rule yesterday. One note on that, Bella Emberling playing extremely well, hitting the ball well, had home runs, I believe, in all 3 games. Also, 33 or 34 home runs now for Kendall Wells. That girl is something else. True freshman, and she's about to set the NCAA record for most home runs in a year. She's something else. She's going to break all kinds of records by the time she's done. So overall, it was a good weekend, winning weekend, 2 out of 3. They play Arkansas Pine Bluff Tuesday at home, and then they have Georgia coming in next weekend. Baseball plays ORU on Tuesday at home, and then they go to Auburn next week, so they're back on the road. I mentioned earlier that a national championship team. First off, the men's gymnastics team finished runner-up in the national gymnastics meet, and the women's gymnastics, 8th national championship. 8th national championship for KJ Kindler. Just amazing what they've done. It was actually kind of cool watching the softball game yesterday, and they recognized the softball team. They recognized the gymnastics team at the softball game, and Patty Gasso, the GOAT, comes out, shakes hands with each individual team member, shakes hands with KJ Kindler, and you're just sitting there thinking, wow, that is 16 national championships with those 2. Crazy. But, hey, they've got it rolling. So congratulations to both of them. Speaking of NCAA, I kind of jumped on them early. I stand by it. Really cool moment in the scrimmage. Football team comes out, as I talked about Owen Heineke at the beginning, went to court. This young man just trying to play a 4th year of football. Again, he played 15 minutes of of lacrosse at Ohio State his freshman year. 15 minutes. Why didn't he get it? Why couldn't he redshirt? Come to find out, the NCAA had the paperwork. It didn't get filed. Don't know why. So he ends up taking them to court, spends the day in court. Thankfully, they ruled for him. He obviously did not play in the spring game, but a real cool moment at the spring game on Saturday. Team comes out, right before it starts, getting ready to kick off, and Owen Heineke comes running out of the tunnel. Crowd goes nuts. It was awesome. Obviously, he didn't play, didn't need to play. He just a special kid. Like I said, I don't know him, but heard enough about him from people who do. Just a shame he had to go through what he had to go through to get a 4th year of playing football. But thankfully, the right decision was made. No idea what the NCAA was thinking on that. But, you could say that a lot. NIL, transfer portal. I have some thoughts on that. I'm going to get into that in the next episode. There's kind of a teaser there. Could go on all night talking about that. Not that I'm against players getting paid. I'm not at all. It just needs some control. Again, we'll get more into that as we go. But, hey, that's episode 1. It went quick. That was a quick 15 minutes. I said tonight's was going to be shorter. I want to thank y'all so much for listening and being here. Do have another show that I'm going to be on. It's going to be called Coach Kirb Sports Report Off the Prairie with Bergie. Very good friend of mine, the family, known him forever, went to school with my niece and nephews. Grant Bergman, Oklahoma State grad, my Sooner friends, easy. He's a great guy, but I'm going to do a show with him starting next week that's going to be dropped on Thursdays. Grant's a great dude, very sports knowledgeable. That's going to be geared more towards pro sports, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Touch a little bit about hockey. I am a big Stars fan. They got hammered a couple nights ago. I know they're playing tonight as I'm recording this, so hopefully they can even that series up. But next week, we're going to get that fired up next week. The plan was to do it this week, but I had some technical issues and, not going to be able to get that done until start that next week. So we'll be recapping the draft and just kind of a teaser there. So be looking for that. That'll air starting on Thursdays, starting next week. But I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this show. I was extremely nervous when we started tonight. I still am a little bit, and I probably will be next week till we get rolling on it. But, please like and subscribe, share it out, put the word out. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments about the show, please leave them in the comments on whatever platform you're watching it on. I will do my very best to respond. Can't say I'll respond to every one of them, but if you have questions or anything or comments, please leave them. I want this to be interactive. Episode will drop every Monday. If there's any kind of a change, depending on schedule, something comes up, I'll be sure and let you know. But I'm excited about this, and hopefully you get something out of it. It's going to be fun, and I will feel more comfortable as we can keep going, trust me. So it's going to be opinionated too. Also, my nephew, Matt Hardy, is also going to join me on some episodes. The original plan, I don't mind telling you, was to be both of us doing this, but his schedule just doesn't allow it right now. So I'm hoping he can join me from time to time and even permanently eventually. So, episode 1 in the books. Like I said, like and subscribe. Send me comments. Tell me what you think. Hope everyone has a great night. We'll see you next week.